Evan, this is bananas. This is totally bananas. Folks, I've seen a lot of shit in my life. This is bananas. This is, wow. Can you see way over there, the flag? That's where we're going. Well, she's 31 pounds, which is quite heavy, but I'm going out, doing a couples hike, and I got my wife Karen, so I got a 3-man tent so she'll be comfortable. I got all the food, the cooking gear for 2 people. I brought her a foamy so we can sit on the trail, and I got my regular stuff, including water. It's all loaded. Karen's pack, I have offered to buy her a new one, but she insists on carrying her old pack that she's had for years, and hers is 19 pounds right now. Evan and I are hiking with the girls today, the ladies, and we're doing a 2-day trip, and Evan always picks some really cool spots, so we're going somewhere that I've never been. We're going to Junction Lake, it's called, and we're bringing a bit of luxury, and you can bet we're going to have a gorgeous meal. All right, Mama and I going on a hike with Evan and his wife, Amanda. We haven't been on a hike together, Karen, since when? August last year? We were supposed to do a trip to Peru, but that got canceled. This is better, right? No? Yeah, sure.
Better than getting stuck in Peru.
Yeah, better than getting stuck in Peru.
Is that Marty up north?
They're wearing the t-shirts.
We're your biggest fans.
And we're off. And the first thing we have to do, right out of this campsite, is cross the river. Nice civilized way to start the trail. We thought we were going to have to cross the river. Turns out there's a bridge. This is the Sheep River. That's what I'm talking about. So change of plan. We were going to cross the river over there. We decided to walk or drive along the highway, and we found an actual bridge. Oh yeah, it's a cliff. First crossing. We were smart not to cross there. 100% smart. 100%.
We would have been floated.
We were thinking of crossing there. Not worth it. Small lunch break. So this is Junction Creek. Look at how clean that water is. Oh yeah. What do you think about being out? First trip of the year?
It's good. It's getting a little hot right now, but
yeah.
It's good.
Do you have a t-shirt?
No.
You don't even have a t-shirt?
I didn't bring one.
I think that bridge was here.
That one?
Yeah.
Everything.
I think this is
Maybe an outfitter camp?
over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 2 seconds. No kidding.
Nice.
One of you guys has a really big horse. Is that the biggest one? The front?
Big one.
Yeah. Holy cow. His hooves are huge. Yeah.
This would be the way up to the lake.
Yeah. This trail is a lot like White Horse Creek. It reminds me because we're staying below the Alpine, but we're following a creek, and the trail has enough variety. I mean, we are in the trees mostly, but it's not tedious or boring. There's enough variety that it's time passes by. That's very interesting. So this is Junction Mountain.
Yeah.
And what do you think that formation is up there?
I'm not sure. It's just a peak, but then that's pyriform.
Trail gets interesting here. This is common. We came down here, and then you get on the river at some point, flooded so high that it washed out the trail. But if you look carefully, you can see in the rocks a trail. I think there's about 5 things that'll discourage typical hikers from coming here. The first thing is you can't find the trail on all trails or Gaia or something like that. So if you can't find the trail on all trail, most people won't find it. The second thing is the knowledge that you're not paying for a permit, and therefore nobody's on the other end to come and rescue you. So if you get in trouble here, the normal rescue like you would be able to count on in Kananaskis or the national parks aren't available. The third thing is there's no bear poles or outhouses or tent pads, and that discourages a lot of people. The fourth thing is there's no markers on the trail, good information like that. And the fifth thing that'll discourage people from coming here is the fact that there's nobody else. So if you can get over those 5 fears, then you can go really hiking off the beaten path. It is 5:08. We got here about 15 minutes ago. At first we were at the waterfall, and at first we dropped our packs and we walked just above the waterfall and found this beautiful spot. Trust me, it's beautiful. I'll show it to you later. But rushed, record time to put up the tent. But I don't mind having the 3-man tent when it's raining like this.
A little bit more room, you can sit up.
We can sit up. The packs are inside the tent with us. It's very comfortable. So now I'm going to inflate, get organized. Hopefully the rain stops, and we can have some wine. Woohoo! 2 big bangs so far. You can see the lightning strikes through the tent, and when you see the lightning that close, you don't even have time to count, like 1, 2, 3 bang, and so that's like
way too close.
Well, we're kind of in a cirque here, so the bangs are impressive. But the storm will go over us fast. No. Just pour the wine. Cheers, Karen.
Toast to the hike.
Oh my God, you instantly feel civilized when you're having wine.
Oh, that's a fucking salt.
Yeah. Mine's dull now. Evan's making naan. Is it naan or nam? Naan bread. Evan is doing a heroic job of cooking for us in this rain. The rain is making things miserable.
No, coals are perfect. Okay, so we want a nice batch of coals here, because what we're going to do is we're going to pan fry up some garlic and ginger.
The conditions right now are miserable. But warm food in our bellies after, and then everything will be like erased and everything will be great. Plus, we're not worried because we know we can always retreat to our tents later on and we'll be fine. What do you think, Karen?
Spicy, it's good.
Spicy, yeah? What do you think, Amanda?
So good.
So good? Was it worth the wait?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you impressed?
I am. I'm very
You live
impressed.
this every day.
I
Karen.
do.
Now you witnessed, well no, this is your second time witnessing Evan's mastery. Like, this was incredible, Evan. Like, this was every meal that this man has cooked has been memorable in one way or another, whether it's the flavors or the circumstances or the backdrop. We will remember this one, the circumstances. He had to do a lot of work to cook in these miserable conditions, and
well, we got it done.
the flavors are incredible, like absolutely incredible. You know, when you're hiking and you can have a miserable day like this where it's raining. I've been doing this so long, I'm not nervous because I know that the conditions are a little bit miserable, but food makes a huge difference. I just know that if it gets really bad, we retreat to the tents and we're done. I mean, we have shelter with us, we have everything, we have a tarp. It would be better if it was sunny.
The tarp's yellow.
Yeah, but we've done, is this better than minus 30? Rain or minus 30?
I don't know. They're both hard in their own
yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
I'd say no thanks to minus 30.
No thanks to minus 30? There you go. Well, what a great hike. I mean, we had beautiful weather to get here. We got here and it started raining like almost instantly as soon as we got here. We set up the tent in record time. And then Evan brought a tarp, so we had a beautiful tarp to stand by. And Karen, Amanda, and myself basically stood under the tarp while Evan cooked. Kudos to him. I mean, it was a heroic effort to cook an amazing meal. I know he feels bad because the cauliflower was a little hard, but it was cooked to perfection. Everything was fantastic. But the problem with a night like this is you do get a chill in your body, and if you're not used to this, or if you're a cold sleeper, you're gonna have a hard time. So what's your thoughts, Karen?
It's way warmer in the sleeping bag, but it's still cold.
Still cold? Yeah, well, you'll warm up eventually.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine doing this when it's minus 30.
No, thank you. I like my bedroom way better.
Like I've said it many times, Evan and I keep talking about it. We camped like this when it was minus 30. Like, coming into the tent at the end of the day when it's minus 30 is cold. Right now, I'm not cold, Karen. I mean, I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'll go into my sleeping bag and I'll fall asleep in no time. So anyways, folks, fantastic hike here. A bit of a hidden gem. Very few people come here. Tomorrow we're going to videotape the waterfall here. The waterfall is absolutely, absolutely spectacular. So, good night, folks. We'll see you in the morning. Oh, blue skies. Oh, I love putting on wet clothes in the morning. It's the best part. Ugh. Looked like there was a party here last night. Food bags on the ground, plates, dishes. Looks like somebody had fun. What's your morning routine, Karen? What do you do out here?
Brush my teeth, wash my face, brush my hair.
Brush your hair. Yeah.
Pick it.
How do you wash your face? Just in the creek?
Yeah. My red hands are frozen.
So I learned a trick at Stony Creek in December from a good friend of mine, Marty up north. He said, don't make your pancakes so big. Make them smaller and you just have two, and then you can flip them.
A long walk to the outhouse. Even in these primitive campsites, especially the ones where horse outfitters come, like they tend to set up some nice facilities. Look at this. You know, they put logs so you can sit around the fire. This one hasn't been used in a while. Created something like a table, but I know from experience that whenever you have a camp like this, if you walk around enough, you'll find a privy somewhere. Excuse me. And if you look down there, there's a privy.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was just a bench.
You thought that was just a bench. Why would somebody put a bench just there, honey? Why?
I thought that was a campsite.
Look at that. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Oh man. There's going to be something here spectacular. This is going to be spectacular. Wow. 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 Woo-hoo! This is what it's all about. Like, this is the reward. This is what it's all about. You come off the beaten path and there's always another trail, which is remarkable. Somebody's always been here before us, but you get these rewards. These are the rewards. This is it. Wow! Woo-hoo! Gorgeous! Call this campsite?
What do we call those falls, I guess? Wet. We're calling this campsite wet.
Well, yeah, but
Junction Falls.
Junction Falls?
Falls?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
We are officially leaving Junction Falls campground, and our destination today is Junction Lake. We need to get there early because Evan's got to prepare a special dessert. No bears, no grizzlies, lots of elk signs, deer, no moose. This will work out perfect. We can cross and then have lunch on the other side. How was it? Easy. Easy? Colder than yesterday? No.
Actually didn't feel colder.
Sunnier. 0 degrees is 0 degrees. Water boiling. So we just had a nice little lunch break, and now we follow a different creek, and we're gonna go up quite a ways and to just barely above the tree line, or just barely below, to a nice little lake tucked in amongst the mountains. Look at that, it's like an island. This side is dry and the creek goes on the other side. What happened here is, you can see these trees. So this is a 70-year-old tree and a 30-year-old tree, but all around these trees is a rock. It looks like a rock slide, but it's not a rock slide. It just means that the water was so high at one point during a very aggressive melt or aggressive winter that this river would have been 100 meters wide and just pushing all these rocks. Now this happened in the last 70 years because of the trees, and it'll take a long time for anything new to grow on top of this, because these trees will have to die and decompose and start making moss. But if you look, I mean, it goes, I'd say it's what, 50 meters wide, maybe wider. Does the creek take a sharp angle south, or does it keep going east or west?
It's gonna go west and then southwest.
Yeah. I just finished telling Evan, this is one of the more interesting trails I've been on in a long time. It's very unique. We've both days so far we're following major creeks on and the scenery is just breathtaking. And the work is not that hard. What do you think, Karen, so far of this trail?
It's alright.
Just all right?
Yeah, it's okay. It's gonna make me climb again, isn't it?
I don't know. Karen marks. So now the key is to look for a flag or another cairn somewhere. We just come through that. Look at the slide. Took the whole trail out. Pretty cool, eh?
Sounds amazing.
Water versus rock. Water wins.
Yeah.
Takes long, but it eventually wins.
Constant.
Yeah. Glacial geology, erosion, the stuff you see in the mountains when you travel with a geologist who can explain everything we're seeing. But I mean, let me point out something. Like, look at these layers down there. So the layers were all deposited flat years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, and then there was a thrust up. So these are vertical, and just over the corner they're rounding. Like, the forces to do that are just...
It's a lot of glacial pressure.
Oh, I was so busy talking, I was giving Evan a lesson on geology, and then I looked up and I just went, wow, and not a bear, this. Woo!
Wow.
I was so busy talking to Evan that I didn't even see that. Evan, this is bananas. This is totally bananas.
Wow.
Folks, I've seen a lot of shit in my life. This is bananas. This is, wow. Can you see way over there, the flag? That's where we're going.
This is awesome.
There you go. Oh, my friend, you have the grace of a gazelle.